And good morning.
We get to do it again.
Welcome to the Nudelberg Daily Huddle. We are continually trying to validate the performance and the production. And so we have something new for you this morning, as we always do. We tried a new production format for music yesterday. We're going to welcome everybody in and then go to the music to kick us off. So good morning, Dr. Nudelberg. Shay, big stuff on today's horizon.
It's all about constant and continual improvement. I mean, that's the whole point in adjusting. Shay keeps making great shit for us to put out there, and then it's about figuring out how it fits into the show. So good morning, everybody. And yeah, we got great stuff happening today.
Yeah, I'm super excited for what's going on. Kenny P, first in the huddle. There's commitment.
He's got a good song coming up too.
We got what?
Got a good song coming up too.
Yeah, man, we got good song. We got good content. It's Wisdom Wednesday. We had the pleasure of sitting in with Tiki Barber for all of you Giant fans, and he delivered in a small group as good as anybody I've been in front of in recent memory. He was spot on, relevant, certainly fun. Richard Gaff is a regular. Jim Barrett, of course, looking forward to tomorrow, which is a big day for us.
Big over Thursday, right? What else is happening tomorrow?
Oh, it's a big day, baby. I'll share. Good morning, Miss Michelle Esposito. Welcome to the party. Oh boy, everybody rolling in. Carlos Castrosana. Nice to meet Carlos. So Michelle, Tiki was very vehement about saying the team that he did not like the most was the Cowboys. So JJ Pelletier, who will be on Tell Me Something Good tomorrow. Great. All right, guys, as you're rolling in, let's do some music. Shay, bring us into morning motivational music. So that was much smoother than yesterday. I love that transition. Thank you, Shay. That worked. For those who don't know who that is, it's Michael Bublé. And one of the reasons why I chose that song, besides the fact that every day is a beautiful day, the words to that song, the music, the rhythm, everything about it is uplifting. That's what we're going to talk about. But most specifically, we're going to focus on birthdays. And so wouldn't you know, today is Michael Bublé's birthday. But I have some other content around birthdays that I think is kind of fun. Did you know that September 9th is the most common birth date in history?
Missed it by just a day. Just a single day, I missed the most common birthday.
That's correct. So shout out to California, which it's California's birthday on this date. In 1850, it became a state. So how about that? Welcome to the party. So I said it was Michael Bublé's birthday, and so we used his song. It is also Adam Sandler's birthday. And so
gotta love that.
You want to give us an Adam Sandler moment?
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Oh my. So he is certainly one of the funniest guys around. And so I have a list of his top 10 funny movies. I'll roll through them real quickly, but if I miss one or whatever, you guys please shout out. In order: Happy Gilmore, hard to deny. Billy Madison, The Waterboy. You can watch The Waterboy over and over and over. Big Daddy, Click, which Click wasn't that funny. Click was actually creepy.
Sad. It kind of pulled you down at the end.
Yeah, I don't get it how that sneaked in. Grown Ups, very funny. 50 First Dates, classic movie. The Wedding Singer, You Don't Mess with Zohan, and rounding out the list, The Longest Yard. So how about those 10? Happy birthday, Adam Sandler.
But I mean, my ultimate Adam Sandler moment, I think the thing I love Adam Sandler the most is the Hanukkah song. I mean, and his Saturday Night Live skits. Like, his movies were great, but him on SNL and the Hanukkah song are all-timers.
All-timers, but I'm so happy that my first lady pulled my favorite movie, which is Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds was the funniest of all, man. It was really, it's unbelievable. Really, really unbelievable. So that's certainly for those of you who want to focus on birthdays, focus on what's relevant.
And very, very sneaky.
Very, very sneaky. There's shit in the back. Very, very sneaky.
Beware of the sneakiness, man. So really cool. Shout out birthdays today to Samantha Garber, my niece. Happy birthday. I shouted out to you this morning. And then finally, rounding out the birthday stuff this morning is Colonel Sanders. It is Colonel Sanders' birthday. So I thought I'd pull up a couple of things about Colonel Sanders that you may not know. And so we're having this whole big birthday conversation. Sanders opened his first restaurant inside of a gas station. And another piece of trivia is my first date with my first lady was at a taco place inside of a gas station. So very, very excited about that. He actually shot a business rival. This guy was a kook bag. Sanders served in the military, but was just an honorary colonel. He delivered babies and practiced law before getting into fast food. His first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise was in Utah. He was 65 and was reliant on $105 a month from Social Security. How about that? So anyway, some stuff that I thought you'd be.
So I have a trivia question for you. What is the connection between Colonel Sanders and Adam Sandler? There's no way that you did this on purpose, but there is a common denominator somewhere in the movies that would link Adam Sandler to Colonel Sanders.
No, he did a commercial for Subway. You got me. What is it?
Right. So in Waterboy, the professor who teaches the medulla oblongata looks like Colonel Sanders. You're wrong, Colonel Sanders.
That's awesome. That is so good.
There you go. Trivia birthday.
So fantastic. Really, really, really fantastic. Great stuff. So finally, closing out the birthday things, there's two more shout outs. One is Cindy, Kenny P's first lady. Happy birthday to you, 26 again and again and again. And then finally, tomorrow is Takeover Thursday, and it is my firstborn's birthday and a very special day. And we're getting together, the whole family at Hard Rock, to have an amazing dinner and share a good time. So pre-happy birthday to you, my son.
I appreciate that. Excited to celebrate the birthday tomorrow with everybody on Takeover Thursday.
Should be outstanding. Shay, let's roll into Wall of Shame. And unfortunately, we have loads to talk about here.
Shame on you if you can't pass through. I said shame on you.
The music is good.
So good.
Stirring, man. Love it. So Wall of Shame, I really wish for the day that we don't have anything to do here. I really do. But unfortunately, they pile in every day. So George requested to connect with me. And, my typical question, how do we know each other? I'm not sure, but we can start by getting to know each other if you don't mind. I'm George from the States. Well, I'm a financial analyst and also a Forex trader. I'm sure you must be familiar with this. Seriously, I can't wait to have coffee with you.
It's unbelievable. I think this is where I don't understand the disconnect between sales and understanding that you make it about other people. Like, where in the training or where in the profession does it become this is all about me all the time? I don't understand when it happens.
You know what? I think it's 50 years of selling mentality. Go out there and take the money, get the deal, get, that aggressive, always be closing, which is a crap bunch of shit. But that's another financial advisor. Jim Barrett's correct. Speaking of financial advisor, thank you, Adam. Hey, Steve, I know we don't know each other, but I'm going around to meet other entrepreneurs. Saw what you're doing and thought it would be cool for us to chat. That is the same exact message I have received from 5 other Adams. So, sorry, dude. Mark, you have anything to share?
So I actually have one from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and Jen from the LinkedIn Sales Navigator team reaches out to me. And do you know that customers who use LinkedIn Sales Navigators see 33% larger deal sizes? Goes on to tell me all about LinkedIn, absolutely nothing about what she knows about me or why I think Sales Navigator might be a good fit for me. So for those of you who are out there wondering, should I get Sales Navigator? There are probably 2 pros to it, and it has all about to do with organization and absolutely nothing to do with actually building a relationship with anybody you're trying to do business with.
It really is amazing to me how people just completely miss. And, I listen to other podcasts, I listen to other people, and there are still people saying just mass connect. I have 200,000 connections. So what? Anything else for the for the wall of shame? Because
all I got for the shame this morning.
I have a few. One more. I get one from Brian. Hey, Steve, we've never met and do not know each other.
You think? All right.
Really appreciate that. Thank you, Brian. Okay, Shay, I think that's enough for the wall of shame. Let's give some people some kudos for the Hall of Fame.
You go find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, hold on. Before we get to Hall of Fame, great question from Scott Graham. Is it possible to recover from a bad first connect message? Absolutely. You can always recover from anything. Just own it. Just own it. Say, hey, you know what? I saw what I did. My fault. My bad. Completely out of character for me. I don't know what I was thinking. Here's some things that you might like to, here's some things that I know about you on why I wanted to reach out initially. Please let me know if you're interested in a virtual coffee.
So I think, if you remove the word sales and just say, any kind of relationship building, there's always a way to recover. You're not going to be perfect. You're not always going to have the right line or the right move. You might say something that comes out awkward or people take it the wrong way. The best thing, which is extreme ownership, is just say, hey, that may not have sounded right. It wasn't my intent. And then really own why should you be connecting? If you're connecting to sell me, or in the case of dating, insert the word, right?
Correct.
Wrong, man. Get out, man. It's over.
Another great idea is they have virtual coupons. Say, you know what? Shame on me. Here's $5 to Starbucks. Coffee on me. Let me know if I can join you for a virtual cup. Like, own that and give something back to them to let them know that, hey, it's my bad. I screwed up. I don't know what I was thinking, not who I am.
Yeah, it was fun watching the Heat last night, which kudos and a shout out to the Heat. The Heat had 21 turnovers last night. So they really weren't playing their best game. You can overcome turnovers. Obviously, they won. You just got to make the right plays. And so a shout out to Lisa Stannard. Hello, Steve. Just wanted to thank you for doing the huddle during the week. It really helps me on my new journey, and I learn a lot. Since my job loss 2 years ago, I've been moving through fear and anxiety, and this huddle gives me an extra pep in my step that I need. Thank you. Shout out to you. We are here for you as a community. Welcome to the party, and everybody in here has the right mindset that they'll be here for you. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Mark, any more in the Hall of Fame?
I've got a great one from Mike Burnett. No problem, Mark. I saw an FSU post with you tagged in it, and I typically connect with / stay connected with as many Knowles fans as I can. The Knoll Network is strong. How do you think we'll do against Georgia Tech? We are in a dialogue now about football and being Knowles, and what an unbelievable way to continue to market your school and use yourself to drive connections. Very well done from Mike Burnett. Talked about the post I was tagged in, talked about being Knowles and the way we're going in a conversation.
I'll close it out with one more because we got more stuff, but shout out to Leanne Carney. You're right. Thanks a latte is a service. Awesome job pointing that out. Adam Posner, we were on the Pos podcast, Mark and I both separate times, and he sent that to us. So pretty cool. Last shout out, Jody Glazer Miranda, new. She said, I only recently started watching you and your son. I'm loving it. Thanks for sharing and starting the day. And so there's good stuff in the world. There is hope.
Lots of good stuff. Very, very exciting to see people using it.
Two more shout outs that I think are really relevant. Eddie Dykes, who we all know from Weston Jewelers. I'm not sure if you're here this morning, but thank you so much for your gift. Mark, myself, and our ladies had a fabulous time at Capitol Grill. Shout out to Josh Sprague, who was our waiter that night. You were unbelievable. Great, great job. Really a big night, and all that's great stuff. And then Mitch Ziffer, a guy right from the beginning in the huddle who's doing some great things. He sent pork bucks. So thank you for starting his day. So I'll be eating some barbecue sometime soon. Thank you to them. Mark, I want to switch gears and talk about Tiki Barber. The guy laid out some unbelievable pearls of wisdom. First of all, I did not know that he had 6 kids.
Yeah,
6 kids, man. He's been in lots of other stuff besides a football player. Like he was in the play on Broadway, Kiki Boots.
Yeah, Kinky Boots, I think is what the name is. Yeah,
Kiki. Unbelievable.
Kinky Boots to prove it.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I want to spend a few minutes, then we'll jump into our last piece of content. But say some things that you took away. I've got a list that I'll put together. But what were the big takeaways for you?
Somebody said it in here, and there's a story about it's never too late. Tiki didn't hit the prime of his career until 7 years into his pro career, and year after being hurt, he was on his way out. The Giants were looking for every which way to try to get rid of him and bring somebody in that could replace him. And he said, I didn't really get it until 7 years in. I didn't know what it took to be a pro. And so I talked about this before, but being a professional in the athletic world means a lot. It means that you operate at a completely different level than everybody else who attempts to play the game. So when you apply that to the business world, if you really want to be a professional, you should operate differently than everybody else. Just getting a job with an organization doesn't make you a professional, right? The behaviors that you discipline yourself to on a daily basis, that makes you a professional. And it's never too late to start those habits and to get into it. Tiki didn't do it until 7 years into his career. It's never too late, but you have to start doing it.
I love that. And certainly he's morphed into so many different careers that he shared. He also shared very candidly and very freely that it wasn't until Sean Payton showed up in his life that his career exploded. So, when guys like him or Jesse Itzler, who was in that same thing, thank you, Scott McGregor, it was an awesome time. But one person can change the trajectory of your life. That's what coaches and mentors are there for. They're not there to better themselves. They're there to better you. And he sort of morphed that conversation into have the confidence to be wherever you are. Because he said that opportunity for a Broadway thing landed on his plate. He said, okay, this is where I am. I'm doing it. And it was like where a lot of other people get stuck. I loved that he was talking about just the confidence to be
present. To just allow yourself to be you in every situation that you're in. And we talk about confidence all the time as it comes from learned, practiced behavior and, repeated results. but being confident in who you are and knowing that you're willing to give it everything you have, and you're willing to give effort, and you're willing to try to be the best at whatever it is the new situation is, that's the real underlying fundamental to success. It's not the fact that you're going to be good at it right away. It's the fact that you know you'll just try and give it everything in that moment and not look for a way out.
Love it, love it, love it. Two other takeaways, really important. Focus on the details, and I think, that's a tried and true, it's all about the details. It always is, big picture, great, that's fine. What are you doing daily? How you taking care of business? And then finally, and what will lead us into the latter part of what we're going to talk about today, is listen to your clients. He was talking about Thusio, which is a company he created in the sports marketing space. And he basically was doing everything I was doing. And Mark, you even commented to me during the thing. He goes, he's you. Yes, he had access to athletes and they was trying to do some unique stuff. But it wasn't until he had a conversation with KPMG, and KPMG was talking about doing something around the Super Bowl. And he said, wait a minute, why don't we take it away from the Super Bowl, do events in your office, and created a whole, in touch business that's now virtual. But he was fabulous. For those that want, Mark and I was invited yesterday. We get the video. They edit it and give us the video. So anybody who wants it, please reach out to Shay. We'll be happy to share it with you. We were given permission, and there are some great questions in there. Yours truly and Mark asked two of them, and so we got recognized for that. So it was pretty cool. So to John Son's point, he was a fumbler. That's how he was known. You can change. You can get better every day. It doesn't matter. So nice pull there, John. So having said all of that, which was really, really fun, I am going to talk about, as I promised yesterday, I am going to talk about this word pivot, which he talked about pivoting. The big thing is, how do I pivot out of football? A lot of guys get stuck because they have all the admiration, the running through the tunnel. Mark, somewhat of a transition for you to pivot to what most people would consider a normal life or traditional life.
Sure.
Speak about that for a second, not running out with 80,000 people cheering for you.
Yeah, and the reality that you don't, he talked about this yesterday. When you live in an athletic world, everything is intense. Like every meeting that I had as a special teams coordinator with the team was intense. It was high energy. It was rapid, super fast. And every practice, it was up and down, up and down. And then adjusting to the world where that's not everybody else's MO. Like you can't operate that way in every single interaction, and it'll actually be detrimental to you.
Correct.
So finding that speed and getting comfortable with understanding how to operate in an entirely different environment where intensity does not win all the time, it was difficult.
I love where you got us. And so listening to what he said, about listen to your clients, we all grew up with this saying, the customer is always right. Well, it's gotten to a point where that's not necessarily true. There are customers who are very abusive of retail salespeople, of people online. They're just the entitlement of customers. So I kind of wanted to talk about that successful businesses observe what their customers want. If you want something, and so these are classic pivots, real stories. Everybody knows the company Wrigley. Everybody knows Wrigley Gum. Well, William Wrigley Jr. founded Wrigley's in Chicago in the 19th century. What did he sell? Does anybody know? Probably not. Scouring soap. And his sort of recipe for success was that he would create freebies. And so he went for the old freebie hook, and he offered baking powder, baking soda, baking whatever they call it, as an add-on to that soap. Here's baking powder. Boom. Well, people loved the baking powder. And so he shifted gears because he had inadvertently created a superior product, went directly to starting to sell the better product, which was baking powder. And then what did he do? He came up with a new freebie. And anybody want to guess what the freebie was?
Gum.
And And then the gum was widely received. So certainly an opportunity to listen to your clients, do what they need to do. Another one, which is a great one here, chock full of nuts. For those of you who grew up north, there was one on every corner. William Black founded Chock full of Nuts in the early 20th century. And what he would do is basically offer theater goers shelled nuts, which was like a big treat at the time. And so that was his business. Well, Broadway closed down during one of the depressions. Many business owners lost whatever. Well, William Black didn't force shelled nuts on his customers. He transformed all of his business into stores and lunch corners that started selling coffee and sandwiches, and still keeping close to his business identity. His signature was nutted cheese. Now, I don't even know what nutted cheese is. To be honest with you, I'm not sure I want to know.
He put it in a sandwich, and I was like, wait a minute. Why was this successful back then?
And John Son, I knew he'd get this.
Yeah.
Known as the Heavenly Coffee, man. That is really fantastic. So anyway, we're at 26 minutes. We're over. I thought it was some great pivots. What pivot are you making? And share that with people. That's great social media content to say, here is where I was. Here's where I'm going, and be vulnerable, be authentic, and share.
Are you listening? In order for you to pivot, you have to be listening. Are you listening to the customer? Are you listening to what people around you are telling you and willing to do those things and make the change?
So awesome day. Hope you felt like it was my A game because I brought it. Mark Nudelberg has forced me to keep hitting it out of the park. Tomorrow is his birthday, so we will be celebrating here in the morning. But for now, we're signing off. The three of us will be in the studios, 160 studios, all day long, producing content that I cannot wait to deliver to you guys. So, real exciting, really great stuff. It's Mark Nudelberg's legacy project for On the Ball Ventures. So couldn't be more excited. You guys go out and make it a great hump day.
Make it a great day.